Life has a strange way of testing us. Sometimes it pushes us to the edge, making us believe we are alone, lost, and powerless. But in those moments, a single person, a true friend, can change everything. This is the story of Daniel and Adam, two friends whose bond transformed not only their own lives, but also the lives of many around them. Daniel grew up in a small town. He was quiet, shy, and often invisible in the eyes of others. His grades were average, his confidence was low, and he had no big dreams. Most of the time, Daniel believed he was destined to live a simple life, unnoticed by the world. But then, Adam entered his life. Adam was the opposite of Daniel. He was bold, optimistic, and full of energy. Where Daniel saw problems, Adam saw opportunities. Where Daniel hesitated, Adam took action. They met in high school, and at first Daniel could not understand why Adam wanted to be his friend. But Adam saw something hidden in Daniel, a spark waiting to shine. One day, their teacher announced a school competition, a public speaking contest. Daniel froze. Speaking in front of people was his greatest fear. He was ready to give up before even trying. But Adam looked at him and said, "You can do this. I'll help you prepare." For weeks, Adam stood by Daniel's side. He listened to him practice, corrected his words, and pushed him to speak louder, clearer, and with confidence. At times, Daniel wanted to quit, but Adam never allowed him to. "Your voice matters," Adam repeated again and again. The day of the contest arrived. Daniel stood on stage, trembling. His heart was racing, his hands shaking. But then he looked at Adam in the crowd. Adam's eyes were full of encouragement, silently saying, "I believe in you." Daniel took a deep breath and began to speak. At first, his voice was shaky, but with every sentence, he grew stronger. By the end of his speech, the audience stood up and applauded. Daniel didn't win first place, but he won something greater. He discovered his own voice. That moment changed Daniel's life. With Adam's support, he began to believe in himself. He started setting goals, working harder, and pushing beyond his limits. Years later, Daniel became a motivational speaker, inspiring thousands of people with his words. And every time he told his story, he always mentioned the friend who made it all possible. Adam didn't just change Daniel's life, he gave him the courage to change the world. Theme: friendship and success. Michael was a poor boy with big dreams of becoming an engineer, but his family couldn't afford school fees. He was ready to give up until his childhood friend, James, made a bold decision. James worked part-time after school, saving money not for himself, but to help Michael continue his studies. Michael never forgot this sacrifice. He studied hard, won scholarships, and years later became a successful engineer. But he didn't stop there. He built a company and hired James as his partner, making sure his friend's kindness was rewarded. Moral: a true friend doesn't just celebrate your success, sometimes they make it possible. Sox's conclusion: 2 minutes. These stories remind us that real friendship is not measured by how much fun we have together, but by how deeply we change each other's lives. A true friend is someone who sees the potential in you, even when you can't see it yourself. If you have such a friend, treasure them. And if you can be such a friend, then you have the power to change the world, one life at a time.